He's so interested in my church, and he's so interested in, like, he wanted to come and see me and see. I've been married 5 times, so it sounds crazy, but three of those people were members of my church.
Hundreds of thousands of people fall for online romance scams every year. In 2022, a staggering $1.3 billion was lost due to internet love scams. Against all odds, thousands of people around the world contact our email every year to find out if their internet relationship is the real deal. Today, we help Kim find the truth.
And what?
Yeah, I want you to show me the truth. I want to see who you really are. Who have I been talking to for 2.5 months?
What do you mean?
Is her internet boyfriend Nabi Drew, who claims to be a doctor working for the UN, her Prince Charming, or just another internet fraudster? Let's find out. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
My name is Kim. I am 61 years old. I love water aerobics. I have a big garden. I love to paint flowers. I volunteer once a week at Temple that's here in the Tri-Cities. My first marriage was the hardest, probably the reason none of my other marriages worked out. I was with him for 9 years. He told me that I'd given myself to him in the temple and that I was his and he could treat me any way I wanted. And I called my mother. She said, well, you got married in the temple forever, so you got to make it work. I tried to make it work. And then he started abusing the 2 oldest boys. My son talked to his kindergarten teacher about it. They charged my husband with malicious punishment of a child, which he pled guilty to.
After Kim's first marriage, it inspired her to start her own nonprofit. It was called the Children's Safety Center.
It passed at the state level. Yeah, we served 14 counties and had over 1,000 families using our centers. It became the model for the United States.
Even after a traumatic first marriage, Kim decided to keep searching for a soulmate.
I've been married 5 times. I have 7 kids.
After her 5th divorce, she decided to focus on her nonprofit and raising her children.
I was like, I'm happy being alone. I'm done. This guy just started instant messaging me on Facebook out of the blue, and he sent me that first message, and it just said, I'd like to get to know you. You have a really beautiful face, stuff like that. He is very handsome. He has big brown eyes, fantastic smile. He's sweet and he's tender. He looks good. I don't know how to say it, but he looks very handsome to me. Sent me lots of pictures of himself as a doctor. He sent me a picture of him and his son together. I found his website and he's actually a plastic surgeon. There's one video where he's in it and then all his staff are waving at me and saying hi and all this stuff. And they're talking to me and I'm like, well, he must be real. I said, I need to hear your voice. So he called. Hello?
Yeah?
How are you?
I'm good. Hey, man.
Yeah?
Hey, yeah?
Good?
Are you happy that network connection yet?
What? And I heard him yesterday and it sounded more of I had like a European, like maybe a little bit of Russian or something. We had one conversation that lasted hours. He really got into learning about my church, and he said he would join my church and that we could get married and get sealed in our temple and all this stuff. And all my marriages, you know. My husband's never told me I was beautiful or that you're great and all these things that a woman wants to hear. And I think that's how I really that about him, because he made me feel like I was special, that I was beautiful, that I was smart. I think the faith stuff really kind of bound us together.
All throughout Kim's life, she has been involved in church. This guy seemed perfect, handsome, successful, and religious. But once Kim began to push for the two to meet in person, that's when things took a turn.
He couldn't talk to me on Google Chat because his phone was running out. I only get so many minutes and then it runs out for the month and then I can't talk to you anymore. I said, well, why can't you get yourself a gift card? And he's like, I'm having problems with my bank back in the States and I can't get any money. So he asked me for $100, then he asked me for $400. So then I ended up spending another $400. So a lot of the money for me has been for Google gift cards. He's asking me for one today. He wants me to go buy him another Google $100 gift card for his phone. It's up to like $1,350 of gift cards.
You sent him a lot of gift cards here and you're stressing about sending him more. Why not just say, you know, I'm not going to send any more money until we meet?
I feel like I'm a good person and then somebody's asking for help and I'm not helping them. And that bothers me. I had some silver and gold coins that I had for emergency and I went and cashed in to one of my gold coins. I always felt like I was really, really good with my money. And right now, I feel like I'm really bad with my money. I don't feel financially stable right now because of him.
Up until this point, Kim has forked out quite a bit of money just to keep Nobby's phone and Wi-Fi bills up. She began to wonder if she would ever meet this man in person.
He said that he works for the UN, that he has a contract with them. He wanted to come to see me. And he didn't want to wait. He goes, I'd really like to take you on a vacation. I said, I would love to travel. I've always wanted to travel. His contract is going to end on December 12th, and they're going to pay him $8 million. I can't even imagine that kind of money. When he told me he had that kind of money, I was like, hey, I'm a nobody. I don't have anything, you know? I'm like, I can't even imagine. He's like, I really want to get out of here. Can you write a letter to the UN? I told him that I was his fiance. That's what he had asked me to write. I wasn't expecting them to send a letter back asking me for money, and that kind of freaked me out. They asked me for $600 or something. I went ahead and did it. It was Bitcoin. I sent them the $1,960 through Bitcoin. Then immediately I get a letter from them saying that they got the money and now they want $10,000. Then he needed 4 soldiers to escort him to a special helicopter and then on a jet to bring him to the United States. And then they said that I had to pay for that.
Kim didn't want to wait until December to find out if this man would show up. She reached out to us to find out the truth.
Why are you so attached to this guy?
I'm addicted to him. I'm addicted to talking to him every day. Having somebody that talks to me first thing in the morning, and when I go to bed at night, there's always somebody there that I can say, hey, you know, this happened today, that happened today, you know, and they care about it. I really want to meet him. I would be happy if it turned out that he was the person that I thought he was. I mean, I'd be really happy. I would know that I wasn't I had wasted all this money, you know, that I'm never going to see again.
After hearing from Kim, our team got straight to work. There were so many red flags, but we were still going to look into everything. We had 10 photos of this man, the emails from the UN, a voice recording, and his phone number.
If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much.
After a few days of research, we sat down with Kim to go over everything that we found. Hey Kim, are you ready for today?
I'm anxious to see what you guys figured out and hopefully get some closure on this.
Well, I think we have that for you.
He's still asking me for gift cards. He was telling me he was gonna take an airplane and he would see me in a few days, and he was telling me he was just stuck, that he couldn't go anywhere because he has his Liberty Pass. He can't really work because he's kind of out, but he's there. So it's been kind of crazy, but I don't know.
Do you believe that he's telling the truth about his identity?
I'm confused. There's things that seem like they work and he's telling the truth, and there's other things that don't. And then, like I said, the part that kind of pulls me back and forth is, you know, that he's so interested in my church, and he was so interested in, I mean, like, he wanted to come and see me and see the temple and learn about my church. And I told him, I had already told him, I said, I can't marry somebody that's out of my faith. I already tried that. That doesn't work for me. And I said, it will take like a year to become a member. So once we meet, you can start working on that, or you can start working on it where you are.
You weren't going to focus on this relationship if he's not part of, you know, the church or your religion.
Right. I really want to go on a mission for my church. And that's something that I would really like to do with a partner. That's something that's a dream I've had since I was, you know, younger. Well, I've been married 5 times, so it sounds crazy, but three of those people were members of my church. It's very much a part of who I am, and part of my religion is like you get sealed to your spouse forever, and I can't do that with somebody who's not a member. And I've tried that before, and it's just a big frustration. So the more I tell him, the more he feels like, oh, I really think that I want to get baptized. I really want to learn everything. And I don't know how sincere he's being about that. But then there's questions that I have too, you know, and that's why I came to you guys, because I thought maybe you could help me figure this out, if this was something good or it was something bad, you know?
Let's just jump into what we found.
Yeah, for sure. So you sent over 2 emails. Both of the emails are newly created. There aren't any social media accounts linked to any of the emails.
Okay.
You sent over a UN email.
Yeah, I sent it. There was like, I think 14 or 15 of them. I mean, like back and forth, that messages. I forwarded those to you guys.
A huge red flag with this email in particular, it wasn't created within the UN format. It's not an official format that the UN would use.
Okay.
The UN or anybody that works for the government or is claiming to be the government, they're not going to use a Gmail account. All of these platforms that have these free emails that you can sign up for, they're never going to be used by a government official. I actually came across one of the emails that you had with the UN, and they sent over this bank account. They told you that you can pay to get him home using this specific account. It was through Chase. Brianne ran the address that was used on the account so we can pull a phone number. And I called the phone number. Someone answered the phone that worked for the company. She was very vague on the information that she told me about why someone would be using this account online. She told me that she's actually been getting several phone calls from people. Her account was being used in other cases online. I just want to be clear. She said that she had no idea why someone was claiming to be working for the UN would use her account, and she doesn't have any friends or family or any ties to the UN at all.
I've had questions about it.
When they gave you the option to use Bitcoin or the bank account, what made you choose the crypto?
Sent me another letter and said, do not, disregard that previous letter, send it to this Bitcoin account. I'm talking to him while I'm at the Bitcoin, and I feel really uncomfortable with this. And he said, like, well, just do it, I'll be able to see you in a few days, and I went through with it. And then once it was over, he's like, I know that was really embarrassing, really hard for you, because it's in my convenience store right down the block from me, I'm like, I felt so uncomfortable doing it. And then he's like, well, it's good because now I can come and see you, and in a few days I'll be there, they'll send me out on a plane right away. I'm coming right to Washington. I started to get really excited, and then I got super mad when I got the next letter asking for more money. And it is so hard. It was like so deflating. This whole thing has been so hard.
Kim, we have the concrete evidence that you've been looking for. I'll let Brianne kick this last piece of information off.
Yeah, so what I can confirm today is that the person in the image is known as Dr. Hakan Karim. He's a very successful plastic surgeon in Turkey, so I couldn't connect anything from his account, any of his official social media accounts that would link him back to Nabi.
Okay.
So what that tells me is this person has stolen his images and just created this this fictitious name and profile to talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Yeah.
Just to give you a little more clarity, we worked together to send an IP tracker to Mr. Nobby. He thought he was going to be receiving a gift card from you. He clicked on it 4 times. He was so desperate for this money. We're waiting for one of these scammers to recognize one of these, but I guess they haven't. They keep clicking on them. For those that don't know, we use this site to track the location of someone like Mr. Nobby. We put together these special links for someone to click on. Once they click on it, we're able to grab their IP address right away. All 4 of these clips came from Nigeria. 3 of them were in Port Harcourt, and the last one was in Abuja, which is the capital of Nigeria.
It's a relief to know that I'm not wondering anymore. It's a relief for that, but it does make me sad.
Additionally, Kim, we also looked at the crypto wallets that you sent over to us, and what we found was there was a connection when we looked at the transaction. So they all basically linked to the same wallet address that led to an exchange. So what we've done is we put all of the information that we found, all of the research that we found, we were putting it on a final report for you. And our suggestion to you is to take this report, file an FBI report, and then include this information.
Okay, thank you.
Unfortunately, Kim was involved in a romance scam. Everything Nobby told her was a lie. He wasn't a doctor working for the UN, he was a man living in Nigeria. Yes, Kim did willingly send money to this person, but it was under false pretenses. After every case on our YouTube channel, we put together a full report and encourage all of our guests to report everything to law enforcement. We had all of the evidence to show who this man portrayed himself to be, proof of this person posing as a UN employee, the location of this fraudster, and we had recordings of his voice. To top it off, we knew exactly where all of her money went using our Bitcoin tools. The road is long to getting your money back through a romance scam, but we do everything in our power to help law enforcement track these guys down.
I hate people who lie, and I have a lot of integrity, and I never lie to people, so it hurts me that someone would do that to me and use me that way, but also that they're doing it to other people.
We do want to get you to report it as soon as possible. Not only that, but we want you to block him, and we want to get this guy out of your life. Can we do that today?
Absolutely.
After this interview, Kim immediately hopped on the phone with the scammer to confront and block him.
I thought you said you were gonna get me a card.
Yeah, but you know what?
What?
You're not who you said you are.
What do you mean?
You're somewhere in Nigeria. I even know the town. I think it's Harcourt.
Did I say that to you?
Yeah, I think I know that you're not in Ireland. Why did you, yeah, but just talk to me for a minute. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that to me?
What do you mean?
Why would you lie to me about that stuff? I've been so honest with you about everything, and then you are just lying to me.
That's the way to work it, and you don't have to test me again, okay?
No, I need you to tell me why you would do that to me. I mean, I told you about my church. I shared so much stuff with you, and it really hurts me that you would do that to me. That you would lie to me. That you would lie. Why would you think it's okay to lie to somebody about stuff and then ask me for money when you're not really in Ireland and you're not really a doctor?
Okay, if you started again, such a problem with negative stuff like this before.
Yeah, I know, but now I know that you are in Nigeria. You're in Nigeria. You can video chat me right now so I can see your face.
Okay.
So you can tell me, so you can show me who you really are and tell me the truth.
Then what?
Yeah, I want you to show me the truth. I want to see who you really are. Who have I been talking to for 2.5 months?
Thank you for watching. Don't forget, all of our new videos go out every single Wednesday. If you or someone else you know want to know about the person that they're communicating with online, don't forget to hit our email at sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. And if you want to watch any more of our episodes, you can click one of these 2 videos.